On Capitol Hill, Democrats are renewing their efforts to pass sweeping immigration reform by including it in the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation plan. Now, the legislation could create a pathway to citizenship for about 8 million immigrants. For a bill to pass the budget reconciliation process, all of its components need to be budget related. The nonpartisan Senate Parliamentarian will decide whether or not the immigration provisions meet this requirement. And Democratic staffers met with her on Friday to make their case. Camilo Montoya Galvez has been following this story closely and joins us now to talk a little bit more about this. So, Camilo, why add immigration in the budget reconciliation instead of just creating an immigration bill like we've seen before, debating it, voting on it, and, you know, if it passes, there you have it. If it doesn't, go back to the drawing board.
Yes, good morning, Emery. The short answer to your question is that congressional Democrats simply don't have the votes to enact this massive legalization program through regular legislation in the Senate. Because the Senate is evenly split among Republicans and Democrats, Democrats would need to get at least 10 Republican votes in support of this immigration legalization program in order for it to pass the Senate, but because Vice President Kamala Harris is a tie-breaking vote, they can potentially accomplish this through the budget reconciliation process that bypasses the 60-vote threshold in the filibuster rule, and that allows a simple majority to pass a budget-related item. As you mentioned, however, Democrats have to convince the Senate Parliamentarian that this immigration legalization program has or will have a direct impact on the federal government's budget, that it is a budgetary item, and they presented their case to the parliamentarian on Friday, and they could get a ruling on her decision as soon as this week or in the coming days and weeks. So in addition to that hurdle, they also have to make sure that all Democrats in the Senate, including conservative ones like Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, vote for this proposal in order for it to pass the Senate. But despite this, Democrats believe there is a lot of momentum behind this plan, which they believe is necessary during the pandemic because many of the immigrants who would benefit are essential workers.
So, break down the plan for us. What's in it?
Sure. So this plan, if enacted, would be the largest immigrant legalization program in decades, dating back to 1986 when President Reagan passed a legalization program for millions of undocumented immigrants here in the U.S. It would place an estimated 8 million undocumented immigrants on a pathway to U.S. permanent status and eventually U.S. citizenship. Those who would benefit would be young undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children. This population is commonly referred as dreamers, temporary protected status holders, farm workers, and other pandemic-era essential workers who work in health industries, restaurants, and other professions that are deemed to be essential during a public health crisis here in the U.S. So this would benefit many of the country's estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants. Some immigrants would potentially be ineligible because of criminal convictions and other statutory requirements, but this would be a massive legalization program.
It's so interesting how they're framing it sort of in light of the pandemic. Why are Republicans or are Republicans against this plan?
Sure. So unsurprisingly, Republicans in Congress have come out pretty strongly against this plan, which they have denounced as amnesty. We obtained an internal memo crafted by congressional staffers in the GOP caucus in the House, and they said that this large-scale immigration legalization program could lead to fraudulent green card applications and to increase unemployment as well. And they also criticized Democrats for trying to pass this legalization program during a 21-year high in migrant apprehensions along the U.S.-Mexico border. As we've seen on several occasions, Republicans have tried to connect all immigration proposals to the situation at the U.S.-Mexico border, where border officials continue to face increased levels of migration from Central America and other parts of the of the world. But Democrats, of course, are
Welcome to CBS Mornings. We're ready. I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel. And Dominic Burleson.
That is him. Let's go to today's eye-opener. It's your...
The U.S. legally. What can you tell us about this plan and where things stand?
Sure. So the Department of State of Homeland Security announced yesterday that they will start this week to accept new applications for something known as the Central American Minors Program. This is an Obama-era program terminated by the Trump administration that the Biden administration has now reinstated. It allows U.S.-based parents of children in Central America to bring them here to the U.S. legally through a safer and again, legal channel. So this has often been presented and portrayed by U.S. officials as a safe and legal alternative for migrant children to come here to the U.S. as opposed to having them undertake this dangerous journey to the U.S.-Mexico border. So this is something that the Biden administration believes will not just help vulnerable children in the region, but also reduce the number of unaccompanied children heading to the U.S.-Mexico border. We saw in July a record high 19,000 unaccompanied children encountered along the southern border. Those numbers are still pretty high, and the administration again believes that this will stem the flow of some of these kids coming north. It is important to note that only certain parents in the U.S. will be eligible for this program, including those who have green cards, temporary protected status, and other temporary legal protections from deportation.
All right, Camilo, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Anne-Marie.